fix our hair, everyone. Hi. Welcome back. Are you good? Are you good? Good.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, let's see what we got now. Space. The final frontier. Yes. That's why there was a pause. Roxy was going, really? She's laughing, stand by. Let's equate how much you've been, let's say, waking yourselves up. Your Gene Roddenberrys, Russell Brand nowadays, Edgar Casey. All these different aspects of yourself should give you a little bit of validation that the collective has been waking themselves up in a series of now. In space, the final frontier, going beyond yourself. And it's what you choose to create as you expect it to. You're predicting an idea, although it was, let's say, latent within your subconscious, is not validated in your conscience as of yet until it becomes what you call known through experience. Your space-time, your density that you're living within. Knowing now that on the outskirts there's other densities, other experiences, other relationships to experience two different densities. Is that not itself expanding? 100 years ago, how many of you were talking about other densities? Space travel. Maybe it was just starting to tickle itself. And now it's commonplace. Your NASA, your ideas. Oh yes, they're all interlaced with secrecy and ideas and stuff like that. But that's okay, because that's part of the game. That is their controlling factor, they being the illusion to give you the choice in the mirror, to, let's say, keep you at bay in some fashions. However, you can choose that beckoning, that begging, that calling of exploration of yourself to explore those parts of you that are unknown. And that is what the collective is doing all the time. Always exploring itself. Facing the door of fear to go beyond and see what's on the other side of that illusion. Only being validated as truth in the moment to yourself. It's always subjective. And when you speak, resonate, act upon anything that is vibrationally exciting, inquisitive, fun, joyous, the result can only be the same. Period. So when you look back in time and see how much the collective as an all-encompassing idea has put into place through those, let's say, entities of expression going beyond themselves. We all are truly doing that, but not in the fashion so much as ascension, but for experience of that individual singularity. It is all co-creation. However, every single time you experience something that is beyond yourself, whether it is, let's say, interlaced with the idea of ascension, it still affects the ascension. Because each individual expressing themselves new every moment, which you are by practicum, by the built-in algorithm, then you expand the byproduct of the ascension. Whether you're focusing on this is a great ascension idea, or this is a great idea of, just say, ascending myself, expressing myself. The result is the overall collective raising its vibration. Now we're going to talk about the vibration a little bit here. And we're going to talk about those words of Ra. The great family gestalt of Ra. An epic, let's say, speaker idea. Incarnating as gods, not being birthed through the canal, if you will, just coming in and poof, I'm a god. Also, those of the same oversoul coming in the human form to be what you called separated to experience itself. So it has the experience, the direct experience, not theorized, through, let's say, logical ideas. Many of you validate theory, but it's, let's say, its roots are shaky because it has no foundation of experience. So that entire raw oversoul has brought to the collective a part of an aspect of yourself, tied in and interlaced with the Mayan calendar, which is now ended in that, let's say, cycle. And that cycle is starting over again. The harvest. We shall talk about that. Are you being harvested at this time? If the Mayan calendar is valid, the new earth is here. The idea behind it is to cycle itself, harvest itself, and we're talking the collective. And then in a, let's say, group of one, all the collective, decide if, let's say, we are vibrationally high enough, resonating enough to ascend the species onward. But see, what you're doing is adding time in there. And time is the illusion. So we're going to add another little wrinkle in here to have you comprehend the idea of harvest time. The ascension. Now we're thinking now, via Koshino Siaka, sickle. You're thinking that there is a big, let's say, entity out there sickling down the hay, harvesting yourselves. And who is that outside source that is saying it's harvest time? Well, it's you. You are waved in the first ascension idea. You are woke up. But yet the apparency in time, let's say, seems fluid from before 2011 to now. 2012, pardon me. It still seems that nothing happened. But you're looking at memory that's created in the moment. You're looking at time as it must be flowing like that. And then you're looking at an idea of ascension that we're now deeming the harvest through the raw collective. Tied in with your Mayan calendar that was prevalent as your doomsday, let's say, doomsday preppers, is that what they call them? Koshinai Yaku, yes. Saying that it's the end. And of course it's not. We don't end a species. A species can, most certainly, and there has been, species that ended themselves, but only in physical. They went beyond themselves. You want to talk about that? Maldek, a species that ended themselves in the physical, but reincarnated themselves in the physical here on Earth. An idea. So we're giving you lots of comprehensible ideas. We're not going to explain everything in its fullness, for that's counterproductive. Because once again, in ideas of logic, when you have a satisfactory answer, you shuffle it off and categorize it and forget about it. We want you to expand by giving you, let's say, carrots. To say, oh, that looks interesting. Let me explore that a little bit. So we want you to ponder and allow the Oversoul Collective Ra to connect to you, not through any modality or meditation or, let's say, scripture idea, a dogma, if you will, a way to do it. Just say, okay, Ra, I'm interested to understand this comprehensible idea. Because this, in and of itself, it's not the meaning of the conclusion. It's the act upon going beyond yourself with inquisitive ideas to understand. The result is, let's say, whatever it is. That's not the point. The point is you journeying through yourself with this idea of harvest, ascension, time. It's all happening now. To challenge your mind of logic, to be able to let go and allow that epiphany to come in, rewiring your entire neural system to allow this comprehensible idea to be equated to some kind of logic within your mind so you can move on. Its purpose is for you to expand. Its purpose is not for you to know in comfort, in knowledge. And like, say, putting a badge on yourself, I know this. That makes no difference. That's ego. That's the construct that you're letting go of. It says you need to know the answer because I am ego, hear me roar. What you want to do is deconstruct it by just going with the flow and allowing new ideas to take you onto other realities you would have never thought of unless we gave you the idea of what? The harvest. Ra. Your Bigfoots come from your Martian. When Mars, your red planet, comes down, 2D beings playing in the tunnels, de-emanating, re-emanating right before your eyes, truly just multi-dimensional teleporters. All of these fun facts out there. But what we want you to do is, if you choose, do not look for the conclusion of logic, of a piece of knowledge that you can, let's say, regurgitate to the world because I am fearful and I want them to know I'm smart. That I'm justified in my own mind. No. It's just that piece of knowing there's more and more and more, and you are experiencing that, and where that goes is up to you. But the slipstream is always available for a higher expansion, and just go there. Focus. Focus. Boring. Oh, exciting. A little fearful. That's okay. That's the challenge. This cycle is over. It's now begun. But the apparency doesn't look any different. So maybe we all harvested ourselves and we weren't vibrating at a high enough frequency, so we're starting over for another, let's say, 3-time cycle. Each cycle 75,000 years. Disconcerting. Is that the truth? We're giving you ideas for you to explore yourself. And in that is the vibrational co-creation idea of truth that you all will go beyond yourself in that timeline. Because it's the one resonating higher as the agreement of all, of the collective, to expand itself in this way. You've tried out many other Earths over here. And they're not, let's say, they're there in that space-time and always will be, but they're not recreating along this timeline because there's no one else validating it. You played those out, you played that out, you played this out, you played that out, you played that out. And you keep coming back to the Ascension because it is your time, civilization of humanity. So we're giving you ideas that, let's say, would twist what you know, because we don't want you to get set. So in ways we upset you. So you can look beyond yourself to see that there is ideas out there that have not been, let's say, focused upon for clarity and expansion, taking yourself beyond what you understand this whole timeline to be. Because there's so many of you going this, that, time, this, that, for wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. All of these are not conclusions on how it's going to happen. All of this is for expansion of yourself to choose together as the vibrational what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Don't look for the conclusion and outcome of logic of knowing. The comfort of knowing before it actually happens. Experience as it goes, and you choose how it happens. It is the one that is the most fun. It is the one that is not mediocre. It is the one that is not settling. It is the one that says, holy shit, that's it. I'm going there. I'm choosing. So we're fortifying your truth as the I am by being yourself every moment. That gives you the validation to go beyond yourself. First, of course, in 3D, to break down the walls of fear, to allow those to come to you, giving you more, let's say, pods of, let's say, soulful ideas, to expand that part of you as a co-creational, let's say, group of people. Going beyond. Then we throw in, you truly, throw into all the channelers different ideas. And then you go this way and go that way, and then everyone experiences, expands it, but it keeps coming back to the one idea, ascension of the civilization. Not what could happen, not your radiation out of control, not your Ebola, not your next world war, not the battle of the entities going on up there. Not that. That was the exploration to expose those possibilities that you do not choose. And 90% of them are played out realities on another timeline that you are not choosing in this timeline. But you're getting the ideas because you're remembering that probable self playing that out. Oh yes. You're consciously connecting to your other selves more and more. So you're feeling vibrational senses and you're equating them to fear of a possibility when in actuality they already occurred on a different parallel earth. The memory is given in the moment. Never forget that. So all of this is for the purpose of expansion, not conclusion, not comfort, not knowing. You cannot project in the future and then equate what it's going to be from the known because you repeat. It's the only way. That's the result. It has to be because the universe is perfect. It listens to every single thing that you say. There is no thing that says, no, you can't have that. Except your belief. So you're looking at those parallel realities, those possibilities, those ideas of yourself, and you're fearing a lot of them, but there is always a truth in there that just is, let's say, undeniable. And you look at that and you seek it, you want it, you understand it, you go beyond it. So we're giving you tidbits in a way to expand for expansion, for experience, not for outcome. Not for conclusion. That's logic. All the people out there are predicting, and it's like this big diarrhea field. It's like, bleh. Predicting what? Your fears. Don't predict. Live now. Experience. And you shift billions of times right down the ascension line. Right down the slipstream. Challenging yourself with beliefs that don't belong to you. They were bought at the store of birth. And you're done with those. So you follow that and walk through those fears and turn that fear into what it is, love. And continue on your journey. And whatever, voyage, thank you. And whatever we give you in any of the means of channeling, of downloads, of beyond yourself comprehensible ideas to expand are for that purpose only. For you to choose that where it's going to go. Does Ra exist? Your choice. Does the harvest exist? Your choice. Does the Mayan calendar exist? Your choice. Does the Ascension exist? Your choice. The co-creational one is what you are more than ever. Listen to the vibration of love that is calling. You're tuning your ears more and more. You're fine-tuning your frequency to the collective every day. More and more sounds are being heard, beckoning you, begging you, giving you, let's say, thought blocks that are like, holy cow, that can't be real. But it is, because you did it. You're the choice of all that is. We want to give you that authority. Take it. Where do you want to go, collective? It's up to you. We are offers of probabilities. You are the, let's say, expanders, experiencers, and the makers of those probabilities. You're in control. Nobody else. Choose how you feel and love what you've done. And continue your voyage, your journey, with no hindsight on an action. For that action results in the love of you for yourself in this now. And there is no greater gift, once again, in offering to the mirror other than loving yourself. This is Ocyphius. Our eternal gratitude and love to the collective once again. You are epic. I bid you a good moment. Adonai. Boy, that had some deep stuff. I got it. I finally got it. It's not about that. It's just whatever it is. Right? Am I going here? Right? Yeah. It doesn't have to be a harvest, but that's out there. What does that mean? I don't care.
Well, really, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You came here to be who you are. So
that was a good way to do it. I love
being you in every moment, that's what it is.
Yeah, because we get these meanings, these ideas like, oh shit, a harvest, what does that mean? And then all of a sudden, boom, it's bringing up all these probable realities, and it's like, wait a minute, guys, it's your choice what it is. We're giving you this to understand that you have the experience and choice to make that. Fuck yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So all the fears bring up that you still have a choice.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
And if you could just love yourself unconditionally, there would be no fear. You would have no fear of judgment, no fear of anything. You would just be you.
I know.
And love you.
And I love me. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's Friday. I'll get this up real soon. I love you. Mwah. Bye.